Sonny Liston, one of the fiercest punchers in the history of boxing, meets another heavy hitter, Cleveland Williams. Houston, 21st of March, 1960.
As the two fighters go to the center of the ring for the final instructions from the referee, there is a tremendous excitement all throughout the arena. For everyone knows this is a contest which either fighter could end with one punch. There's no doubt in anyone's mind that this fight is going to end in a KO. Only the question of which fighter will be standing at the end. That's Cleveland Williams to the right of your screen in black trunks, who has the fantastic record of 37 knockouts in 47 professional prize fights. These two men fought 11 months ago in Miami Beach. It was one of the most extraordinary heavyweight fights in the past 10 years. In the second round of that contest, Williams hit Liston with every punch in the book. Tremendous right hands, jolting left hooks, and while he was noticeably shaken, Liston stood up through it all. Then in round 3 of that first fight, Liston landed a blistering left hook to the jaw, which put Williams down for the count of 10. Liston weighed in at 210 pounds this afternoon, while Williams scaled 213. It's interesting that these are the identical weights of their previous fight. Neither man has permitted himself the luxury of putting on any excess fat. You'll notice Liston feigning and occasionally sticking out that powerful left jab. He's looking for one opening to drop in that big left hook. Liston is 26 years old and has been a professional fighter for 7 years. This is his 28th fight and he's won 27, losing only one decision to Marty Marshall in 1954, which he later reversed by knocking Marshall out in the 6th round. See these two giants exchange strong left jabs. Those punches carry jolting power even though they're merely long lefts. It's apparent that both fighters are content to carefully feel each other out here in round 1. These men have great respect for each other's punching power, and apparently neither fighter is going to take any unnecessary chances. Watch Sonny miss a tremendous left hook. That's the punch which did the job in their last meeting, and it looks like Liston hasn't forgotten. Neither man has an edge in round 1, as both men scored well with long, powerful lefts to the head. As the crowd anxiously waits for round 2, there's an atmosphere of tremendous suspense. It was even money this contest wouldn't go 4 rounds. Such is the respect that the boxing experts had for the punching ability of these two fighters. Everyone knew this fight could be over at the very instant they might look away. Cleveland Williams is 27 years old and has been a professional for 9 years. He's the 5th ranking heavyweight in the division, and a win over Sonny Liston would definitely put him in line for a crack at the heavyweight championship held by Floyd Patterson. Williams is one of the most imposing looking heavyweights the division has had since the beautifully proportioned Max Baer was seen in this same division 25 years ago. Williams lands a devastating left hook and then a torrent of tremendous punches. Liston is taking them all. Now it's Liston moving in, looking for a chance to end it here in round 2. He lands some blistering punches of his own. Williams comes back with 3 punishing left hooks. Watch Liston come on with a barrage of dynamite punches, trying to end it right here. comes a tremendous overhand right by Liston. Sonny follows it up with a smashing right and left hook to the jaw, which puts Williams down. Cleveland is up at the count of 8, and Liston wants to finish it. He closes in on Williams in the corner and sends in a volley of rights and lefts to the head. Williams goes down for the second time from that barrage of punches. Williams gets to his feet, and the referee examines him closely and decides to stop the fight. Liston moves in, but the referee steps between the two fighters and wisely declares a knockout victory for Sonny Liston. For the second time in 11 months, Sonny Liston has knocked out the powerful punching Cleveland Williams. Sonny Liston, a great heavyweight, takes one more step up the road to the heavyweight championship of the world.
Sonny Liston meets a former title challenger, Roy Harris. Houston, 25th of April, 1960.
Roy Harris, to the right of your screen in black trunks, comes out and goes into a clinch. Roy has a quick piston-like left hand and throws good sharp punches with his right. Liston advances menacingly, putting tremendous pressure on his opponent. Sonny is a fighter who will take 2 punches in order to get in one of his own. Judging from the results, no one can criticize Liston's tactics. Harris has been a professional for 5 years and has lost only 1 fight during that stretch of time, and that was to heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson. Roy knows a victory tonight will spring him right back into a challenging position for another title match. Two sharp jabs by Harris. He's going to try to keep Liston off balance with that long left. Sonny floors Harris with a smashing left hook. Harris is up at the count of 9, but he's in real trouble. Liston goes after Harris and lands a beautiful overhand right, which floors Roy for the second time. Harris is up again at the count of 9, demonstrating great courage. Roy goes down again from what appears to be a slip, but gets up to continue the fight. Liston moves in with a devastating right to the head, which floors Harris for the 4th time. While Roy is on the canvas, the referee moves in and calls a halt to the fight. Giant-hearted Roy Harris didn't have enough weapons for Sonny Liston, but he demonstrated tremendous courage. With this victory, Sonny Liston is definitely the #1 ranked challenger in the heavyweight division.
Firmly establishing himself as the #1 challenger, Sonny Liston takes on Eddie Machen. Seattle, 7th of September, 1960.
That's Sonny Liston to the left of your screen in white trunks. He's going to come out for round 1 with but one thought on his mind: to knock out Eddie Machen and fight Floyd Patterson for the heavyweight championship of the world. Both of these men are in superb physical condition. Machen is 28 years of age and is 5 feet 11.5 inches tall. He's been described as a perfect fighting machine, using the classic stand-up boxing style with great effectiveness and with plenty of punch in either hand. Liston is noted for the amazing power he gets behind his long left jab. Everyone agrees it's the best of its kind since the great Brown Bomber, Joe Louis, ruled the heavyweights 25 years ago. Watch Sonny get in 4 punishing body blows. Those punches sap the strength of any fighter, and a boxer like Machin isn't going to get caught like that too often. Liston is 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighs 210 pounds this evening. Boxing experts consider Sonny, now 26 years of age, as being in his fighting prime. His style is to press forward, always putting tremendous pressure on whomever he fights. Watch Sonny stick out 2 long left jabs and then step in with a hard left hook. Liston has KO'd over half of all of his opponents with that same dynamite punch. As we get to the end of round 1, this excited crowd knows it's in for a great heavyweight fight. In rounds 2, 3, and 4, Liston was very aggressive, carrying the fight to his opponent, but getting hit with sharp counterpunches. Here in round 5, it's the excitingly powerful Sonny Liston trying to catch up with the clever boxing, elusive Eddie Machin. Those long, powerful straight lefts by Liston will distract and hurt any fighter, and Machin is going to have to counterpunch over that jab. In the past 5 years, Machin has beaten some of the finest heavyweights in the division. Watch Eddie get in with a solid left hook to Liston's jaw. That kind of punch serves notice to Liston he can't take too many liberties with Machin. Each man is trying to take the offensive away from the other, and Machin is surprising a lot of people with his aggressiveness. The men will go into a clinch, and Machin will spin Liston, trying to knock Sonny off balance. There's no question now, Machin isn't going to be intimidated by Liston. In the past few months, both Alex Mitiff and Alonzo Johnson were outboxed all the way by Machin. The previous year, Machin beat Willie Besmanoff and young Jack Johnson. And with knockout victories over Tommy Jackson and Nino Valdez, Eddie's credentials are quite impressive. The men will clinch, and Machin, once again, will spin Liston out of it. Things are really getting rough in there, and while Machin is known as a boxer, he certainly isn't being pushed around. And that's the end of round 5, scored evenly by all 3 officials. Round 6 was also an even round, with Liston's aggressiveness being thwarted by the shiftiness of the smaller Machin. Rounds 7 and 8 were also close, with Liston having an edge, although finding it increasingly difficult to land effectively on his faster opponent. Machin has been boxing beautifully, taking advantage of every opening to pop in short, effective punches. Here in round 9, Liston advances once again, seeming even more determined to catch up to his man. Liston has stated that he'll fight any heavyweight, any place, any time. He wants nothing more than to fight champion Floyd Patterson. Sonny has the remarkable record of having 21 knockouts in 28 professional fights. It's no wonder that most of the heavyweights don't embrace the thought of getting in there against this blistering puncher. Sonny slams home a solid left hook to Machen's jaw. Machen has taken those shots very well, unlike many of Liston's past opponents. Watch Liston get in some hard body shots, and Machen will pull Liston into the ropes. It's getting plenty rough in there, and the referee spots Eddie hitting on the brake, which infuriates Liston. Liston was established as a 5-3 favorite this evening, and many of the knowledgeable fight analysts thought that the fight would never go the limit of the scheduled 12 rounds. Machen also is looking for an opportunity to fight Patterson for the heavyweight title. There's no question that a victory over Sonny Liston would establish Eddie as the #1 ranking contender in the division. Things get rough again here at the end of round 9, and the round is given to Liston for more effective punching. This is the 12th and final round. Watch Eddie throw a hard left hook and slip to the canvas. That was no knockdown. It's very rough in there, with the possibility of the winner of this round taking the fight. It's that close. In rounds 10 and 11, Machen boxed marvelously well, effectively avoiding those fast left hooks and overhand rights thrown by Liston. Eddie took both rounds by a slight margin. Liston will step in and land a solid left hook to the body. That's a murderous punch. Many of the fans are surprised to see Eddie still in there, fighting smartly and showing tremendous courage here in round 12. Liston presses forward relentlessly. He wants to knock Machen out, and he realizes that he's going to have to put everything into this final round. Liston will shoot out a left jab, but the speedy Machen will counter with a fast left hook. That's where those lightning reflexes of Machen's are paying off. Eddie will land 2 left hooks, a right uppercut, and another leaping left hook. Machen is going all out. He wants this fight desperately. Liston will land some crushing body blows as Machen tries to tie Sonny up. Sonny can crack a man's ribs with punches like that. Machen's performance has been startling to many of the fans. He was always known as a great boxer, but no one expected he would spend any time actually carrying the fight to Liston. As the end of round 12 approaches, the crowd realizes that it has seen a marvelous heavyweight contest. The proverbial slugger trying to steamroll an extraordinary boxer. The crowd shows its appreciation with generous applause. Sonny Liston wins the decision and thereby secures his position as #1 contender for the heavyweight title.
Sonny Liston, in the first of his encounters with Floyd Patterson, challenges for the World Heavyweight title. Chicago, 25th of September, 1962.
The champion is restless in his corner, the challenger placid. Sonny Liston moves out to face the big chance of his 28 years of a turbulent life. Patterson's plan is to get inside Liston's long jab and work on the challenger's body. Liston's heavy jabs bother Patterson. Patterson's bobbing and weaving make Liston miss often. The challenger takes any available target. The Liston hook to the head is the first good punch of the fight. The challenger moving in. The champion shaking off the effect of that left hook. A grazing right and a solid left to the cheekbone dropped the champion. Patterson is unable to tie up Liston in the clinches. Now that final combination, the left, the grazing right, and then a solid left. Around Sonny Liston, the 21st heavyweight champion of the world, jubilation. For Floyd Patterson, the former champion, consolation.
The two fighters were to meet again less than a year later at the Las Vegas Convention Center. The 22nd of July, 1963.
First out of the ring, the former champion and now the challenger, Floyd Patterson, 28 years old, the only man ever to hold the heavyweight title twice. The heavyweight champion, Sonny Liston, 30 years old, and the man who won that title last September at Comiskey Park, Chicago, in 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Patterson, winner of 38 of 41 fights, 29 by knockout, in his 11-year professional career. The first telling punch is Liston smashing right to the body. Patterson's favorite, that long left hook, is partially blocked. Patterson, trying to get underneath the champion's straight punches, runs into a right uppercut which sets up the challenger. In their test of strength in close, Patterson is incapable of tying up Liston. grazes the champion's chin, but Liston's countering left hook is on target and sets up the second knockdown. Two jarring right hands are followed by the knockout blow, the left uppercut. Here comes that first uppercut and the punches that follow. Referee Harry Krause checks Patterson's condition, and the challenger says he wants to continue. Liston has that hand free. Liston is about to unload that series of power punches that dropped Patterson for the second time. Once more, after the mandatory 8 count, the referee questions Patterson, gives the challenger one more chance. Patterson's body trembles under the power of Liston's left hand smashes. And here comes the final sequence in the knockout. Patterson, bewildered, is not sure that the fight has been stopped, this time in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Cus D'Amato, who discovered Patterson, comforts his defeated protege.
Now, in the latter stage of his career, Sonny Liston meets the Bayonne bleeder, Chuck Wepner. Jersey City, 29th of June, 1970.
The Jersey City Armory is the venue, and here in the first round, Liston in his 54th professional fight. Still claims to be only 38. Many judges think he's considerably older. Chuck Wepner at 6'5". You can see he has considerable height, reach advantage, but Wepner's big problem always is tendency to cut. They call him the Bayonne bleeder because of that. And the one thing Liston's been able to do throughout his career is really throw that left jab fast and accurate. 17 years as a professional now, Sonny Liston. Chuck Wepner blasted out in 1969 by George Foreman in only his 4th professional fight, but he started fast here against Liston. Wepner does have a big left hook, that's his danger punch. Comes into this contest as the New Jersey heavyweight champion, and of course is the local man, and he'll get considerable support from this crowd, which includes notable celebrities. Muhammad Ali's at ringside, signing autographs for those who call him Ali, and studiously refusing those who call him Cassius Clay. Joe Bugner also here, Joey Giardello, Emil Griffiths, great names of the boxing world. And still, of course, interest to see whether Sonny Liston can maybe somehow, even at his advanced age, find a way back to the top of this sport. He's been something of the forgotten man over the last few years, and he started well here. Good combinations going into Wepner's face, and there you see the glove just rubbing away in there. Wepner, who's spoken to the commissioner before the fight, urging that he should make sure that the referee doesn't stop this on cuts. Referee Barney Felix, he looked after Ali Liston in their first contest back in 1964. Good right hand from Liston. Liston down, but that was no more than a slip, and the referee, of course, sees that, looking to unload that big right hand. Liston, who had that fearsome reputation earlier in his career, went to jail back in 1957 when he had a little bit of an altercation with a policeman, beat him up in other words, and served his time as a result. Bit of an untidy, brawling sort of opening round. The head's boring in there. Oh, good right hand from Liston. Flash of camera lights, and that's the end of the first round, which Liston probably just about shaded. Not too much between them in the second either. We pick up the action in round 3. Liston in the striped shorts. The shorter man stands about 6'2.5". He's already getting success in this period with that left jab. Oh, another good right hand from Liston. Wepner in there pitching. He's not got good footwork, Chuck Wepner, but he is a brave fighter. Barney Felix having to separate them again, and Liston's back onto the offensive with that jab once more. Still in good condition, Sonny Liston, weighed in at 15 stone 9 for this fight. Wepner, the heavier man, 16 stone 4. But you can see that Liston, who works out at Johnny Tocco's gym in Las Vegas, has really got himself into good shape for this contest. Not too much science about that attack from Wepner. Liston again jumping in behind that ramrod left jab. He's been something of a man frozen out of the heavyweight scene since losing his title. Suffered one defeat since the beating at the hands of Muhammad Ali, and that was against Leotis Martin in 1969. Referee letting Liston get away with a lot of work with the head, and a complaint from Wepner, I think suggesting as much, as Liston went boring in with his head. And there again you see the clash of heads. Liston of course will be only too well aware that Wepner can mark up and cut very, very easily. Good left hand from Wepner. Considering he's got maybe slightly the shorter reach, Liston really getting through a lot with that jab. Two more. Rock back the head of Wepner, and again the head goes boring in there. Referee having a little bit of a look, and a little bit of a telling off as well for Sonny Liston for use of that head. And there's a cut. A bad cut over the right eye. Well, that was increasingly a problem, and now into round 7. Wepner bleeding, hurt. He's been looked at closely by the referee, Barney Felix. Reginald Farrer is the doctor at ringside. They've all been keeping a close look, and Sonny Liston, piling up the points, is really going to work. The jab's been insistent over the rounds, rocking back Wepner's head again. The initial cut in the third, probably caused by a clash of heads. Certainly Wepner thought so, and the referee ticked Liston off for the use of his head, but Liston got away with it. And now the superior boxing skills of the former world heavyweight champion carry him towards a fairly emphatic lead. Liston getting in close and again using the head. Wepner trying to unload combinations, but all the time he's trying to keep Liston back away from that damaged face. He's got cuts now around both eyes, and it really is starting to look a blooded mask, his face. The left jab just firing in again and again from Liston, and all the time the damage to the face gets worse. Oh, and Liston just tagged on the ropes over there. There was a right hand which got through, and just for a second or so Liston looked a little bit disorganised, and Wepner's taken heart from that. He's surely been told by his corner, his manager Al Braverman, that he's got to get out there and somehow find a way to stop Liston, and you can see the blood now pouring down his face. The right eye is in a dreadful state. Good right hand again though from Wepner. Such a brave fighter. Liston going in close, and the referee again letting him off, letting him get away with the use of the head. Good jab. But Liston shipping punches again. There is a good left uppercut in there, and punches thrown after the bell, and Wepner taken back to his corner, looks a little bit unsteady, and they're going to have a long look at that injured eye. Feverish work on that injury, and the ring doctor going across to have a close look. That's Reginald Farrer. Is the fight going to be called off? It wasn't though, and now we pick it up in round 9. Wepner, who'd pleaded before this fight for it to be allowed to go the distance. He didn't want it to be stopped, but he's on borrowed time now. Liston just plodding methodically after him. The one-punch power which blasted his way past the likes of Floyd Patterson, maybe no longer there, but let's not forget that Chuck Wepner is a big, strong man. Only down once in his career prior to this, and that was against George Foreman. Liston content to throw the left jab and then work in close. Well, those are good solid body shots from Liston. The head's going in there again though into the face of Wepner. And all the time the big Philadelphian, his face marking up more and more. Minute to go in round 9. And again the blood now pouring from the right eyebrow, and the left eye damaged as well now on Wepner's face. And it's getting worse and worse. Surely this can't go on very much longer. The ringside photographers on the far side almost recoiling at what they're seeing. Al Braverman in the corner for Wepner is urging him forward, telling him to come forward, carry the fight to Liston. It's all very well being brave in the corner. It's Wepner who's out there taking the shots, and it's Wepner who is getting the most awful beating around the face. It's going to take some hard work for some surgeon somewhere to repair the damage which has been caused tonight. And we come towards the closing seconds of the 9th round. Wepner surely knows now that the writing is on the wall. That face is a terrible, terrible mess. And the doctor's going over towards the corner, and he's going to rule that it's all over, and Sonny Liston wins in what was to be the last fight of his career.